Good morning, Grace Christian School parents and families. I hope you are having a wonderful Wednesday. Can you believe it is week 9? We are 9 weeks into this educational school year, and God is truly blessing us here at GCS. And I'm so blessed to be able to come to you and give you our week 9 update. Today's going to be a short update, a little bit different than normal. But first thing I want to do is talk to you about apparel. We have GCS apparel, and it's fun to wear. We have it for all grade levels. We have from the preschool shirts to the upside down COVID shirts. We have all different types of things: zip up hoodies, bows, ribbons, you name it. If you go to our website at www.gcsrr and you go to the information section, you will be able to see all the different types of apparel that we offer. There is an order form on there that you can print, send to the office, and order the apparel that you can proudly wear in the community and say that you're a part of Grace Christian School. Think back for a moment to when you were in school. Today's that dreaded day or that day of excitement. And what day is that? Today is the day report cards go home for junior high for first quarter. So we do have RenWeb. Unlike when we were kids, report cards were kind of a surprise. They shouldn't be a surprise anymore. If you're logging on to RenWeb at least once a week, you should know exactly where your child is and what will be on that report card today, and it shouldn't be a surprise. But today's report card day, I strongly encourage each of you to let your kids know that you're proud of them and ask them if there's ways that you can help them be more successful in class. I know they would really appreciate it. And I know all of our students have been working extremely hard, from our distance learners to our 8th graders to our preschoolers this year. They're going through a lot of things different that we've never had to experience when we went to school. So be encouraging, be uplifting, but also hold them accountable and make sure that they know that it's important they work hard. Hey, tomorrow, our National Junior Honor Society, some of our students are doing a special service project, and we're honoring the police department. We're doing a barbecue with the police department, and we are going to be feeding some officers and thanking them for everything they do for our community to keep us safe. And it's great to see our National Junior Honor Society do so many different things. They've worked at Ronald McDonald House. They've cleaned the beach. They've made things for animal shelters, little blankets. They are actively involved, and they are making a difference in the communities that we call home. Hey, next thing is pull out your calendar right now. If your child didn't get their pictures taken, on October 28th at 8:30 a.m. is Picture Makeup Day. That's for all students who needed their pictures retaken or they were absent that day. So October 28th is Picture Makeup Day. If you are getting your picture retaken because you weren't happy with something in it, I think there is a charge, and that information did go out to all of our families. So mark that down. Can you believe October is almost over? October 31st will be knocking on our door in about a week, and that means we'll be going into Thanksgiving. And our National Junior Honor Society, one of the other service projects they do is they always put together Thanksgiving baskets that we're able to give out to those who are less fortunate in the community. So information about the Thanksgiving baskets are going to be coming out real soon to all of you. And we always have a fun game between all of the different grade levels of what we can do and how many baskets that we can raise. So last month, we had so many things going on. Red Ribbon Week, Charleston's Wrap. We were getting back into everything. There was something that we didn't spend a lot of time on, and that was National Preparedness Month. I know I talked to you a little bit about some things that you could do at home to keep your family safe and prepared. One of those was putting a case of water under each one of the beds in your home. If there was ever a chance where water went out or there was an earthquake, you would have that much water that would be able to take care of you. Just figure if there's 40 bottles of water in a case and every person in the house has a bed, that's 40 bottles of water. That'll last you about 3 days. And normally that is enough time for you to have your water turned back on or for help to arrive. You know, we also went through a lockdown recently, and some of you are not aware of how prepared we are here at Grace Christian School. So give me a moment. I want to walk out to our Instant Command Center and talk to you from there. So give me just a second. Let me run out there. Hey parents, Dr. Pettinger out here now at the Instant Command Center. This is the Instant Command Center for Grace Christian School. You know, we take a lot of pride in our preparedness for emergencies, for all types of emergencies. You know, we kind of live by the saying, when seconds count, the police and fire are only minutes away. So there are many times that we are going to have to take care of ourselves, whether it be through an active shooter. We have your crew who can help us, and we also have procedures in place. If it's a major earthquake, if there's a major earthquake, there won't be help for us for possibly a couple of days. Could you imagine if all the freeway overpasses went down? We would be trapped here and would have to take care of ourselves. I want to share with you just a few moments some of the things that we put in place over the last 10 years. We follow what's called the instant command structure, and everybody is thoroughly trained and has a job to do in the middle of a disaster. If something happens like an earthquake, not a tornado out here or something like that, we would immediately open the instant command center, which is this, the ICC. In here, we have bags for all of our teachers because there could be a chance teachers are in dresses or high heels or something. In these bags are clothes that they can switch into to start to do work, and they're able to have additional things that they might need in order to take care of our students if it's a long-term event. We also have this cart that can roll out. It's full of medical supplies that we might need in the event of an emergency. All different types of IVs and things like that that we might not be able to use, but there might be a doctor or a paramedic or a nurse on campus who is licensed to utilize certain things that we'll be able to have on hand for them. You know, you may have thought back to when COVID started that we didn't really have a big stress because we had in here thousands of rolls of toilet paper between the whole school where we keep stock. We had masks, we had N95 masks, we had surgical masks, we had hand sanitizers, we had hand wipes, we had everything not prepared for COVID, but prepared to keep diseases away in case there was a major earthquake. In here, if you look, we have emergency supplies to go out to help. We also have CPR supplies. We have 3 AEDs on our campus, defibrillators in case someone was having a heart attack that are strategically placed. And in addition, we have food that will take care of our students. We have enough food on campus and supplies to take care of 400 people for 14 days. And in addition, we have pre-designed backpacks in case we have to implement search teams to go out into our different classrooms and search in case buildings happen to cave in. And they're just not randomly going out there. I'm a community emergency response training certified trainer, and we go through CERT training here every couple years. Right now, I would say 80% of our staff has been through that, which teaches them advanced techniques in searching, rescuing, putting out fires, first aid, CPR, and AED. You know, here's a fun fact. You know that in the state of California, teachers are only required to be first aid and CPR trained when they first get their credential. Think about that for a moment. There's some teachers who have been in position 5 years, 10 years, 15. We just had a teacher retire with almost 50 years in service, and in the state of California, they say they would never have to renew their CPR or first aid cards. That to me is criminal. We go through CPR first aid training every single year here at Grace Christian School. And you know what? It pays off. 3 years ago, Mrs. Carr had to use the Heimlich maneuver in the middle of a party because a child was choking on a cap from a water bottle just like this. She executed the Heimlich maneuver perfectly. It executed out the cap, and the child was fine. And if it wasn't for that, we would have had to call the fire department and wait, and it could have been minutes. But we take training extremely serious here on campus, and that's why we do that. The public schools don't do that, and this is no shade on them or disrespect. It's just they don't find it to be important, and they struggle with unions and everything like that in order to go through those additional things of training. But we have everything out here you can imagine with disinfectants. You know, we had the disinfectant wipes before COVID even started. We had enough to go through. If we continue to move out here, we have restrooms, portable restrooms and shelter that we can set up. Right here is a generator, and that generator runs off of gas or propane. We have enough gas or propane to operate that generator for approximately 1 week. And in doing so, that would allow us to fire up our instant command center. And in the back there, I didn't show you, but we also have a mini refrigerator, and we also have a microwave in case we need it. And if this was going to be a long event, we would start to keep things and be more conservative in how we use things. But as you see, all these things right here have water in them, all these barrels. and this we would be able to implement in case there was a disaster. And then out here, we have televisions all set up. And the reason for these TVs is so that we can get local feed and a national feed on a analog and a digital TV platform so that we can see what's going on around us, because we may be shut off from the outside world. We also have radios back here. We also have ham radio that we can go out to the outside world in case cell phones drop, which more than likely would happen in the middle of a disaster. We're W6 DJP, and we would immediately go on to the ham radio system. We have our, it's up here, all of our different frequencies that we would line on to get additional help and let people know how we are. We have additional portable generators that we can take out to the field. But parents, I want you to see how prepared we are. We're prepared for a number of things, whether it be like the lockdown drill that we had last week and the event of the active shooter that was over on Catella and the 605 freeway. We're prepared. We take it serious because your child's safety is very important to every one of us here at Grace Christian School, and we make this an active part of what we do. There's another part of our security walking through. It's your coup. He's like, hey, where's my dog food for the next 2 weeks in case something were happening? We have food on hand for your coup also, so that he would be well taken care of. But those are some of the things we do. Another thing I want you to know, that if there was ever a need to put us in lockdown, that every staff member on this campus has the approval to immediately put us into a lockdown, and we would go forward with that. My thought is on this: I would rather go into a lockdown prematurely and then lift it than be sorry down the road. It only takes us a couple seconds to lock down the entire school and maybe a minute to get everything back up and running. That's well worth that, and every teacher on this staff is empowered to do that. And if we believe there's a situation going on where our students might be at risk, we will definitely put ourselves into one form of lockdown or another to keep your children, our students, safe. That's how important it is to us. So anyway, it's National Emergency Disaster Awareness Month, and I just want to make you aware of what we do here at school. In every classroom, there is also a case of water. There's also the ability for them to go to the restroom in every classroom. We are prepared for all different events. I wouldn't say that we're preppers. We're just well prepared to take care of our students. So anyway, let's get back to the rest of our Week 9 update. Have a great day, everyone. Well, welcome back into the office here. So that was our Instant Command Center. And we've had the privilege, or I have, to go out to some of the other school districts and talk to them about what we do and how we prepare our staff in the event of a disaster. It's really important to us because of the fact, if you look at the number of hours your children at our school, the likelihood of something happening is greater than it happening at home. So we want to be thoroughly prepared, and we're continually going through training. About every other year, we do a full-size drill, and the teachers do not know when that drill is going to happen. We have actors that come in, and they play roles. Sometimes we have students that the teachers don't know, who we've talked to in advance, that we've given cards to, that during the drill, there are certain things that they have to do in order to get our teachers to respond. And then after every lockdown, after every drill, we do a thing called an AAR, an after action review. And we want to make sure everything that we did was right by training and not right by chance. And we are very critical when we go through our AARs, because if there's something that we could do better, we want to do it better. And on our big drills, we usually bring subject matter experts who do this on a daily basis, captains from the fire department, people from law enforcement, who come in, watch our entire drill, and they help critique us also that we can do better in the future. You know, parents, I think this is so important that you're able to see this and understand what happens here at school when you don't think about it. And I know last month was National Preparedness Month, but this is the month we're talking about it. And I just want you to know that it's an ongoing thing here at school. But if you have any questions about it, or you'd like to help, or you have supplies you'd like to donate that you would believe are helpful for us, please, we're always willing to take help and suggestions and donations for our emergency supplies. In addition, I forgot to bring up that in November is Thanksgiving, and along with Thanksgiving is Turkey Camp. Turkey Camp takes place on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It's a fun camp. It's not school, and our daycare staff comes up with a lot of great projects kids can do. So you can sign up for that if you normally use daycare, or if you don't normally use daycare and you want to utilize this, you can sign up and get your registration forms turned in. They will be going out next week to everyone. And Turkey Camp's always been a great time. But that's what's going on here. We're 9 weeks in. I can't thank all of you enough for everything that you do to support Grace Christian School. Red Ribbon was a huge hit. Chick-fil-A was a huge hit. And the reason these things are going so well and 9 weeks are in the bag is because of you. You are great parents and you have awesome children. And we consider it a privilege and an honor to partner along with you in raising your children, our future generations. So that's about it. I want to give one more thank you to our office staff with in there, Selena and Christy and Barbara. They are working diligently every day, taking temperatures of all of our staff members, continue to help our students, and coordinating a lot of different things that they haven't had to do in the past. And I'm really proud of what they're doing. And I'm also proud of every one of our classroom teachers, how flexible they have been the last 9 weeks and doing everything possible to make sure we're providing the best education we can for your children. Parents, thank you very much. I can't wait until next week, week 10, the Big 10, and we get to celebrate 10 weeks in class. Hey, may the Lord be with you today and keep you safe, and I will see you next week. Have a great day, everyone.